Here we go. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? That dong, the dong, 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 the dong song. Yeah, I'm waiting for you, Poppy Carl. I was actually talking to you when we had no audio, and I'll say it again, and I'll say it one more again, man. When you come around, Jessica Houston in the house. You can hear me now. Yeah, and Poppy Carl told me, please click like, don't hesitate. Thank you, Jess. I'm glad to let me know. Yeah, I was talking to Poppy Carl, man, so I'll start all over when he comes back. Cheers, everybody. I'm on my last pint. Smoking a little spliff, but I know I need two more, so that's what I'm getting into. That's what I'm getting into. I'll roll up two more. Love you, Jess. Nice to see you, sister. You take good care of Panda, man. Panda's a good guy, Jess. Take care of him, huh? Right on, Poppy Carl. That's what I'm telling you, bro. You know, that whole time that you couldn't hear me, I was talking to you. So you finally got all your shit? Cool. Yeah, Carl, I was talking about those misery movies a little bit more, man. I bet you were. Yeah, I mean, you know, I live and die by thinking of you, Matt. I live and die by you. Man, I need to get married again, man, and I'm looking at you. Take me through your 20s. No, I'm just kidding. What a surprise. I live and die by you, Matt. I'm waiting until we can make that baby. No, I don't know how to make that baby. Homunculus? We could just homunculus it. No, I was in the misery movies thing again, man. So I got a line that I told you is like, I'm not gonna get Lucifer Valentine any of my money, okay? Like you said, Serbian film has production value, you know. What I was trying to say is like actually pornography means no redeeming value type of film, right? That's the way that you can try to define that. So these films, they're psychological torture. I call them misery films, you know. So it's funny enough that Funny Games, no end to that. There was a German one. They remade it immediately in the US within the first year. Funny Games, both versions of that. It's a no win situation. There's no way out. It's vicious. Naomi Watts does a fantastic bound up scene in the 18 wheeler. No, that's Bunny Game. That's Bunny Game. Now I'm talking about Funny Games. Yeah, Bunny Game is a real story. Yeah, Bunny Game is a real story. And wild how the game is what set her free. But I'm speaking about fantastic shots in cinema, you know. So the Naomi Watts in Funny Games US version, she's literally bound and tied, and she fucking walks around with that shit in her mouth and tied up and has to move from here to there. And that shit's real because it's real. That shit's real because it's real. Now, Radaline Gets Sick, the girl you're talking about in Bunny Games, that shit happened to her, and that's what the story's about. Better than that, when she goes and sits in the street and eats the hamburger and pisses, she did not eat for a month before that. So when she's eating that burger and like slobbering all over herself, she did not eat for a month to make that piece of film go like that. So if you've ever seen ABCs of Death Part 2, the director from Serbian film, okay, he did his short in, I think it's ABCs of Death 2. And what they were doing is they were harvesting pieces of this guy's skin as film and playing these old films off of them. See? Most women don't need to eat. So yeah, but ABC 2 is really good. I think 1 was a little lackluster, but it's funny with indies sometimes these days where, I mean, I can't be embarrassed to be like, I like part 2 better. It used to be the biggest joke. That's why it's in my channel bio, bad sequels and bass guitar, because it's always been the biggest joke. Everybody's like, yo, you like the fucking worst versions of these movies. And I do, because I like the lengths that they have to go to justify making a sequel. When I saw Heretic, The Exorcist 2, when I saw Enemy Mine 2, when I saw Iron Eagle 2. The lengths that they have to go to justify making a sequel tend to be so entertaining. Dream a Little Dream 2 with the silly fucking glasses and shit. That shit gets me. Yeah, they don't need to eat much. You're right. But yeah, when they're harvesting dude's skin for filament and they're playing old films and shit, that's some creepy stuff, man. You know, that's some creepy stuff. There was stuff that was like way too like Bugs Bunny, actually, in Serbian film, if you ask me. But there's also those really harsh moments. Like when he gets the little tapes back and he watches through what's going on. But Bunny Game, you know, first of all, that was real. But anyways, like I'm saying, to do that, you know, make a sacrifice, man. If I ever made a movie, I've said this, my fucking kids know this. If I ever made a movie, people are getting cut or they're not going to be in it. If they're not willing to bleed a little and go put some Neosporin on it and go cry about it later, remember, in the world of film, there's God, director, dog, actor. Don't ever forget the hierarchy. God, director, dog, actor. They gotta earn their keep, man. And in my film, they gotta bleed. They're not gonna be hurt, man. It's just for posterity. That's heavy shit, bro. Funny Games is the best because there's no end. And you know how soon you figure out there's no end? And then, like I'm saying, that Naomi Watts thing where she's actually bound and gagged and is actually moving through the room, and there's nothing fake about that shit. That's hardcore. That's hardcore, and I love it. Now, you mentioned Harmony Korine. Here, I'm supposed to be quiet, Joe. It's been a couple weeks. Try. I don't have to prove that I'm a loudmouth. Everybody knows that. Anyways, Poppy Carl, check this out. So I think the real Sato brain is Larry Clark. You know what I mean? And he also did a based on a true story movie called Bully. Larry Clark Bully. That's the one you need to watch. You know, because Harmony, he's in the middle, or he, she. Everybody likes to shout out Gummo. Julian Donkey Boy is actually my favorite of those. One of my favorite movies in the world is Buffalo 66, but Vincent Gallo is a total sadist, you know? And so I tell my children, hey, don't watch those movies. Don't watch those fucking movies. They're not going to do you any good. Buffalo 66 is one of my favorites. Ken Park, I have Ken Park as well, yeah. My Ken Park, is it foreign or do they just write it foreign? I don't know. But have you seen Bully? Yeah, that's a true story, and that's a good one for you, you know. Larry Clark, man. Check it out, man. Yeah, it's a real life, like, sort of crime story from out of Florida. Cheers to the Florida men's. But anyways, yeah, and then he does it Larry Clark style, all creepy and pervy and deathy and, you know, Misery, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, I fucking love Misery. I'm like, oh, really? There's no way out of this situation? You know, I want to see. I'm so bad, you know, so in that, you know. What else was I thinking? I was thinking something for you. A little bit lighter, a little more popcorn, but I'll get back to it, I guess. Yeah, you mentioned the series of Human Centipede, you know. I did not watch those. I mean, I bought the, you know, full sequence, which is the trilogy, I guess. I didn't watch them. Not yet. I think I'll give you that Fred Vogel poster that he signed, Poppy. You want it? I'll give you that. Like, you know, no deal. I'll just you email me and I'll fucking mail it to you. What's up, kid?
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, I'll send you that Fred Vogel poster. It was one of his birthdays. I don't think he's but a year older than me, maybe. His autos are fire. What do you mean? What do you mean? No, I'm gonna give it to you. I don't need it, dude. By the way, it's on my DVD too, right? He signed the DVD. He signed the fucking poster. I'll send you the poster. How about that? You know what I mean? I mean, it's on my Blu-ray, right? I'm not worried about the autograph, dude. I mean, if I had to talk to the guy, I could talk to the guy, you know? I got autographs everywhere, man. I got one of a kinds everywhere. Poppy, you're too reserved, man. Fine, don't accept for now. Guess what? I'll never hang that poster up, and I'd be happy to give it to you because nothing is about money, man. Shit, the reason I couldn't come up on your stream today, like I told you, I'm doing some packing shit, right? And I have to do that through Monday, and I am overwhelmed with abundance. You know, I don't need my shit, bro. His stuff isn't hard. I could fucking email him. I can email him straight up, you know. But anyways, don't worry about that, Carl. I know you're reticent to accept, and that's all good. Just chill for now. Later on, if you feel, you know, a little more inclined, that'll be fine. I also have Spring Breakers on Blu-ray, and I'm never gonna watch that again. So I could give that to anybody who wants it too. Speaking of shit films, yo, what's up, Minnie? How you doing? Excuse me. How you doing, Minnie? I hope you're doing well. Please address me as king or queen, or else we're out of here. No, I'm just kidding. I am not a ma'am. Isn't there a Blu-ray? Yeah, that's what I have. Yeah, it's the August trilogy. It came from his house, Poppy. It was his birthday, like I said. I know you're sick. You got bad COVID. You got California COVID, man. That's the worst of all. It's voracious. You got to get some sleep and some tea, Minnie. That's all you can do right now. That's all you can do right now. No, I'm just saying I have that, and I'll keep the Blu-ray thing, but I'll send you the poster, you know, when you're not like reticent, when you're not worried about it, you know. Give me a second, man. I got some shit over here. I gotta go fucking grab. You're in bed? Okay. Relax, Minnie. Relax. Please, please. Try your best. All right, man. I gotta smoke 2 more joints. I'll tell you that. Smoky. You're right. I gotta get my shit together. You're right. He got me. They always nail me. Troll time too. Who's coming, Minnie? Did you invite him? Hey, Minnie, did Toxic AI change his name? Oh, it's cool, Minnie. We can do some troll volleyball. Did Toxic AI change his name? Because you were talking about dude making karaoke's and beats for you, but you gave him a different name. Oh, he changed his name after Music Bid Marty went. Yo, Frankie, in Dublin's Fire City, where Frankie grabs on titties, I first laid my eyes on a little girl to bone. It's now Brutal Impact. Okay, well, he's a very talented person. He can obviously help you with your music. You like Music Bin Mark? Yeah, well. You know, c'est la vie, mazel tov. C'est la vie, man. We don't all live forever, or at least I wouldn't tell you. He does when he can. Cool, man. Okay, so I'm going to try to remember that new name, right? Because Toxic AI came up before you did, came up before Mormo did. So basically that was an introduction to you, Toxic AI. Not Music Biz Marty to me, but Toxic AI. At least a direct introduction. I knew who you were. The Drift King? Slayer of Trolls. Akron, yeah. Poppy, I don't know about you, man, but it's pretty piss poor, you know, the kind of life forms that are in Ohio most of the time. I'm sorry. It's kind of piss poor. I mean, I know it's a shit place, but you know, you don't really have to smell like the dump you came from. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think all of Ohio could probably deal with either moving or burning away. Yeah, I'm not big on Ohio, brother. I got friends from there, and I don't hate them, you know, and they got a lot of pride. And I understand them only because of the West Virginia connection that I have a little bit. But at the same time, what a Turtistan to live in, you know what I mean? I ain't living in Kurdistan. It might get on you. Yeah, it's that bad. Woo! No place like Dublin. Yeah. Okay, buddy. Okay. My Mulvaney's, man, my friends, they went to Dublin. Big Mulvaney, little Mulvaney, because they wanted to go, homeland. They thought they were in a Borat film, man. They said, I think we're in Kazakhstan right now. That town sucks. Canton, Ohio? Yeah. Damn. No place like Dublin. I don't know, I'm sure it's got its way and its charm. They didn't like it. They felt trapped. They felt like there was a gypsy man shaking a tin cup at them in every corner. They felt like they had to pay $22 for a 6-pack of beer. Like, as Americans, they fucking hated it. I'm sorry. I mean, they're proud Irish, Americans, but they hated it. Minnie, what's happening, lad? Minnie's in Chicago. Chicago is fucking lit. Chicago is awesome, so can't hate on that. I mean, maybe you don't like the cold, but I'd rather be in the cold than with the, than in Florida or whatever. There's a lot of places I don't want to be, trust me. But Chicago's pretty cool. It is smoky time, man. Let me roll that shit up. Sorry. I get to grab this and grab that. You're fine as long as you rest and stay away. Yeah. Dude, do that. Please tell me I'm not the only woman in here. Frankie is not a woman. St. Louis is in a can. I don't know who you are. Chicago does rule. Please tell me I'm not the only woman in here. Well, Mouse, you've been everywhere. Don't you know that most of them are... Yes, you're all a bunch of ladies and maybes, aren't you? Nah, it's mostly males in the house, but please don't hate us. Don't hate us just because we're male. Let's be fair, Mouse. Oh, speaking of Mouse, okay. Hi. He said hi. Sing with your lovely voice, Mouse. Well, we can't hear her, Frankie, but, Mouse is in the house. There's a mouse in the house and not a rat in the kitchen today. Whoops, I can't believe I spilled my last 1 1/4 ounce of beer. I don't have any more. You just needed to know. Yeah, we're all naughty. You're not going to be able to sing for a while? Yeah, take care of yourself. Did your pal... Oh, I'm sorry. Did I miss something? I'm sorry. Did they say... Oh, boy. Yeah, they had a hard... They didn't like it. Yeah, they didn't gel with it, dude. They felt like prisoners. They felt like prisoners, and they felt like they were being hassled on the streets, man. They really felt like everybody had a tin cup for them. They felt like everything was kind of tourist trap, and, this is just their experience, dude. Steel Reserve is the white version of E&J. Yeah, well, where I'm from, I just drank E&J. That's, brandy or whatever, like E&J, Irk and Jerk. Yeah, that's what we drank where I grew up. I don't drink no clear liquor, man. I don't drink clear liquor. You drink PBR? Yeah. PBR is it's probably less than 6% here. In Maryland, I think it's 6%, but I'm in Virginia. Virginia buys its own liquor, and it kind of sucks. So I'm very limited in the fact that what I really want is a 9% lager from the UK that I can't afford or get enough of. So I just stick with the servo with the gas station, and I'll buy my 8%. When I drink beer, it's only German beer. It's better be by German law. No bread, no bullshit, Minnie. No fucking bullshit in that. German law. Minnie, you try not to cuss much. I do cuss, lad. Sorry about that. Laugh out loud, Minnie. That's okay. No cussing. No cussing. And I'm trying to, No, I mean, you guys aren't going to stop me from... Oi, Minnie, Irish beer. Let's have a black and tan, man. Let's have a Guinness with poured over a Harp. A black and tan here. Cheers to Harp. Harp is a wonderful lager. I don't know what the percentage is here, but guess what, dude? I would drink the Harp NA. That would be something I would like, because it's good. but there's no alcohol, So for like a non-alcohol time, a harp NA sounds good to me. Well, I said I needed 2 joints anyway. I hate these stupid papers, but they're so cheap. You like green beer? Oh shit, it's time for green beer, right? It's St. Patty's Day, man. When's St. Patty's Day, dude? Did I miss it? Did I miss St. Patty's Day there? Yo, beer is foul. Yeah, so says a woman. You know what I mean? Like, you know. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'm German, though. So, my German side, it wants beer. Mouse. It wants beer. It's Monday. Okay. March 17th. Okay, cool. Right on. Right on. I'll be there. I got me bags already. I used to go to bars on St. Patrick's Day for sure, Frankie, because you know how they celebrate it in our country, kind of crazy, St. Patrick's Day. But what'll happen is, like, people will get in that, like, oh, hey, let's kiss everybody mood, and then some dummy will come over to me just so her boyfriend will try to fucking flex on me later. And nobody wants their boyfriend to flex on me. Don't come to me and have a good time and then cause me static. You don't want that. Ew. Yeah, I know, it's gross now. It's bigger than Christmas. Yeah. Well, here, I mean, Frankie, you wouldn't imagine, dude. We're talking about a Monday, right? It shouldn't be like a huge deal in the U.S., but there is swaths and swaths of people within each bar district who just don't go to work on St. Patrick's Day. They just don't. So there you go. It's bigger than Christmas. I'm glad you guys got that, man. I'm glad you guys got such a proud holiday to be proud of. I like that. I'm all for it, man. My birthday is April 12th coming up. My birthday is April 12th coming up. The birthday of Tiny Tim, one of my favorite archivists, musicians, historians, and artists. Tiny Tim. The birthday of David Letterman. The birthday of Ed O'Neill, Al Bundy. The birthday of Beverly Cleary, educator and literacy advocates for elementary school kids. The birthday of Robert Durst, Bobby Durst, the Jinx. Yes, that's my birthday. David Letterman, Bobby Durst. Tiny Tim is yes, he's number one. Tiny Tim was born on my birthday. Tiny Tim had 2 onstage heart attacks and died the second time. I love Tiny Tim so much. I cannot explain. Because, like my father with knowledge of 100 years worth of literature, Tiny Tim had all the Americana in music within his reach, within his mind, and he's the one who put it on tape. He's the one who put it on tape. R.I.P. Paul Rubens. That's right. Paul Rubens was the best. Yeah, Paul Rubens was the best. He was totally railroaded for being gay. We talked about this. You know what I mean? And that's bullshit. I don't think my Pee Wee's Playhouse wallet might be in that green bowl up there, actually. It might be right up in that green bowl. I heard that, bro. Tell me about that, Space Monkey. I just heard that. I didn't even know. I didn't know if I was hearing the truth, Space Monkey. Please explain. I can't even keep up sometimes, Be dropping like flies, right? Shit. We're in trouble, bro. Nothing good comes out of a man playing with himself. You know what they didn't do? You know who they didn't arrest? In the place where that shit is normal? They didn't arrest anybody who wasn't already famous. You see what I'm saying there? It's a fucking, it's a job, man. They're coming. It's a hit. The fucking federal government took all of his erotica, all his photographs, saying he had illegal pornography, blah blah blah. They gave it all back. They're just railroading the guy, man, because they can't stand that somebody who's that alternative and skilled and you know different was loved by the kids. They couldn't take it that he was loved by the kids. They had to try to besmirch his name. Meanwhile, you got Mickey Mouse in the background here doing all these fucking things. You got the Sea Monkeys funding the Ku Klux Klan, and we're supposed to be worried about Paul Rubens, a grand artist. That's lame, y'all. No, what hits me hard is now I'm in the point, Dr. Space Monkey, where my friends are dying of natural causes. Like I had kids who died of natural causes like childhood diseases, but I didn't consider that natural causes. Those were conditions. I had my friends dying of suicides or basically purposeful overdoses. I didn't consider that natural causes. I had other ones getting worked out for telling the wrong thing to the wrong person. I didn't consider that natural causes, but now they're all dying of anything, real shit. And so that hits me because of my age. If he would have what had a significant other. Well, I mean, no, because if he had a significant other that was a man and he walked it around, it would look bad. If he had a beard, is that what you're trying to say? Like to have a woman to cover him, a beard? I mean, Louis Anderson, yeah, yeah. Yeah, and Louis Anderson, I mean, it's no fucking secret because you can read his books or whatever. He was so severely mistreated and abused by his father that that's where his issues come from. Louis, it was intolerable. Too much, bro, too much. What's up, Sean? How you doing tonight, man? One of the next two spliffs that I'm hitting and I'm out. The American government just wanted to destroy Paul Rubens because he appealed to the kids, man. Because he appealed to the kids. They don't want a subversive artist to appeal to the kids. They can't separate. Remember Thomas the Tank Engine, right? Why do you think George Carlin lost that job, Why do you think he lost that job? Because eventually they equated his comedy and his adult material with his presence in front of children. They didn't think about it the first time because somebody was a fan, you see, who put him in that position, But they took it from him, right? Where else can we hit this? Bob Saget, he got fired from America's Funniest Videos with all this shit that he said, and all those videos with people getting kicked in the nuts because he said, about like, I guess it was like a some kind of animal that fell in the water. Oh, he's in sheep dip now. And they were like, gotcha. But it's not because of that. And excuse me, damn it. Louis Anderson, his adult themes and comedies, that screws him over too, That's what they're scared of. Yeah, I mean, I'm not just going to throw it on Christians, but any like kind of fundamentalists, Did you ever watch Baskets where Louis plays Zach Galifianakis' mother? Oh, no, I missed that. Shit. He nails the role, right, because he's playing his own mom. I missed that, Space Monkey, but that being said, when Eddie Murphy's playing his own dad, right? And Eddie Murphy, guys, also gay, probably, correct? Anyways, you never miss when Eddie's playing his own dad, because back in the the stand-up, the couple of specials, Raw, and he would play his dad. He's like, my house, I don't like it, to get the fuck out, and all that shit. Well, then here it comes many years later, many moons later, the movie Church, where he's playing a guy who's a good guy with a flawed personality that's helping out the family that needs him. Church, right? His dad comes out in that again, and you know when it's his real dad. Yeah, when it's real, it's fucking real, and you know where it comes from, man. And you know where it comes from, and that shit is just nuts. Racism is rampant, and I believe you. I believe you, bro. Check it out. It's a good show from XFX. I will, man. I will. We're all happy here. Yeah, and I'm happy too, man. It's just that these things are sad, you know? These things are sad that people are like that. It doesn't take any skin off their nose. That's the idea, right? My dad always said, good for him, good for him. And what he meant was, good for him. I hope that goes well. And I don't care. Let him pursue. Adults don't tell adults what to do. End of story, man. Let him pursue. Good for him. It's dismissive, it's acceptant, and it's completely accurate from adult to adult because I don't give a shit. And I shouldn't. I know you love everyone, Frankie. Thank you, man. What I'm having trouble with my lighter. Got empty again, and now if I recharge it'll be frozen, right? So testicle difficulties. I love you too, Frankie. I really do. Everybody come up on Tuesday, man. Danny Roadkill, the original guitar player of Sloppy Seconds, is coming up on Tuesday. And he says, you know, if it goes well, we'll be back. So that's what I'm looking forward to. See, yeah, now it's frozen. Son of a motherless goat. Thank you, Frankie, for being cool, man. Mm-hmm. Sure, I'll take you off the mods. Are you Australian? I know you're a friend of I Have Creator. Yeah, I'll remove you. You're good. You're good, Mouse. You're good. Did I get it off? No pressure, no games. I've been glad to have your attendance, you know, but do you, you know? What pisses you off the most? Did I take your mod off? I tried. Thanks, dude. Yeah, I took you off, right? What pisses you off the most? I appreciate it, Sean. Like I said, you know, keep what you want. I forget what's in it. I'd like to get, you know, some of it back, and then we'll just. I was not trying to buy you work time, dude. I'm just so permanently banned from electronic money. Not being able to use PayPal is a bitch. But yeah, come up on Tuesdays, guys. Excuse me, guys and gals. Molesting his daughter with her in it. What the hell was that? I mean, not that I'm gonna go look it up. What the fuck? But what the hell are you talking about? It's that bad? Jeez. People are creeps anyway. But yeah, why? I mean, you know, I guess there is a why. Like, I can't prove it, or litigation time, or whatever bullshit. But yeah, I'm sure there's a why. But no, I didn't know anything about anything like that. I knew there was a lady who's like kind of fucking molesting her dog out there and kind of getting away with it or something. That's some nasty shit. That's what I heard, man. I don't know, but you never. Oh, I'm night blind. I'm sorry. I see really bad at night, Mouse. So I didn't even get that. I was like, I thought you were like feeling some kind of way because of Aussie dudes that like don't like me and stuff. And like I was, because I know you're from Andy, I have Creator, right? And I was like, oh no, maybe you feel like you don't want to be a mod in here because then the other Aussies will come in and shit. We don't need a lot of mods anyway, right? I mean, if I feel like somebody might take aim at you or something, I'll totally mod you for armor. Okay, I'll mod you for armor. The Mad Max series, that's a good one. Mad Max series, that's a good interest right there, man. What about you, Sean? What have you been up to in that? Yeah, I get you. I get you. I know their mentality, those people, right? Yeah, I get you. I know their mentality, okay? And I know their tactics and oh, the sculpture? Huh. Yeah, the sculpture with the signatures. I don't even think Sean saw it actually. It's so fucking fragile, guys. It's been in the same spot in the closet in my boy's room over there for years because it's so fragile. It's made out of Sculpey and whatnot. So and it's got those signatures and I need to get like a dome, like one of those clock domes for it, Anyway, it's been so fragile that I kept it so safe far away, but to show it off, I had to go knock on my son's door. Hey, can I get that sculpture? And he's like, "What sculpture?" And he was like, and so I'm not going to just go grab it because if I make a fucking misstep here, and I've been very dehydrated, so my legs have been messing me around, the muscles clenching up. So I could make a wrong step and actually hurt myself here, guys. I've been really dehydrated, really. So I'm not going to go grab it now, but I don't even think fucking Sean saw that sculpture, dude. I'll show it to everybody later or make a short so everybody can see it whenever they want. I'll make a short and kind of get the camera and walk around it, do like a spin, but a pseudo spin where I use the camera to make the illusion. Yeah, like a QVC show. Put some numbers up on the side, some phone numbers to call in. Life water. Yeah, I got a problem mentally where I don't like wasting time running back and forth to the bathroom. You guys, maybe you'll see me here for 3 hours and I don't do it, and that's why I don't drink enough water, as they say. But there's water in that beer, it's gone. There's water in this coffee, which will also dehydrate me, but Poppy knows. Poppy Carl bought me he bought me these rubber pants with like a big ass bag. And so I just piss in it, and what it does is makes my neck all fat like this. See? Poppy Carl, he did this. He did that. Yeah. So every time it pumps up, Poppy Carl actually knows what's going on. There's a bladder up here. He got it at Amazon. It goes all the way through. Thank you, Poppy. $15 will definitely get you a membership as soon as we're monetized, okay? I know it is, bro. Listen to my voice. I'm getting dehydrated as hell. Pee pants. That's not me. That's Minnie. You guys asked Minnie about that game. That's not me. Cheers to dehydration. That's not me. It's Minnie, man. Some people like ask Minnie for special editions. Well, that pee shit. And it's not a front. No, I've never added salt to a thing. I mean, I cook and I'll put salt in it. But if you got a food that's done, never in once in my life put salt to it. No. Salt is a rock. It carries flavor. I get it. But it's definitely not something that's really that useful, in your gut. I mean, I season with whatever I season with, but I'm saying like I've never been a throw it on later person. I'm supposed to get my iodine from there too, right? But guess what? I don't even buy iodized salt. So even though they put that in for the population, as they put in A and D in the milk, in case you don't get enough sunlight or whatever, I don't drink milk. I don't use iodized salt. Yeah, you're a carpenter, hard work. Yeah, yeah. I was a construction worker. I was a mason worker. Mason was good. It was hard work a little. But production of cinder blocks was probably the hardest job that I had. Production of cinder blocks. Yeah, most back breaking, I suppose. Um, I ain't doing that anymore. See, I ain't doing that anymore. I'm not interested in that. There's not enough money in the world for me to do any of these things ever again. I did it. You put salt on ham and bacon. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. That's crazy. You're wild. I do eat bacon though. I do. I hate ham because it's too sweet and salty. But my dad, he loves like his Christmas hams and shit. So I'll take those home and like fry the thinner slices and make it kind of like bacon because I dig bacon. There's plenty of sodium in that shit. But yeah, I don't put any more on it. Not supposed to drink milk as an adult. Yeah, I don't drink milk. I'm not a baby cow. You're right. Give you a JOD. What did I miss? What did I miss? Ham on bacon and oh, what is a JOD? Something from Ireland? Like 80% of the planet is lactose. I mean, that's what I'm saying, Carl. But that's why they put the A and D for the dummies that don't know about the sun. Asians can't drink milk. Yeah, I can't either. I'll probably shit my pants. Yeah, I'll probably shit my pants or throw up, Poppy. I drank some fucking rice milk in a coffee, just an off because I do black coffee, but just an off. I go to like a gas station and they got this blah blah blah, and I'm like, oh, it's rice milk. Okay, it's not fucking dairy, and it's the summer. Especially in the summer, there's no way I can drink milk, right? So I was like, oh, but this isn't dairy. I go outside, I had the same thing. I couldn't breathe. It closed me up, like MSG. In the sunshine, I feel it on my gut like a fucking warming pad to make me want to throw up. And it was rice milk, supposedly dairy free. And you know what? I don't buy it. It's not fucking dairy free. They're lying. They're lying. And I better be quiet. I like rice milk and I like MSG. But the reason that you buy MSG, or what they call it in my spice shop, Chinese salt, the reason that you buy Chinese salt is because you can use 1/3 of it instead of overdoing it. That's the whole point of it. Oh, yeah, LSD. But I don't believe there's any left, Sean. If anybody told you they have LSD, I don't believe them. I think it's all Chinese versions, man. I think LSD is gone. I spent 2 years recently going back to it, trying everything I could. I couldn't find any paper. I couldn't find any liquid. Excuse me. It was all what they call, what do you call that? Gel cap. It's kind of like fruit leather or something. Yeah. I do not. Yeah, it's all fake. There's no LSD left. When I had LSD, sophomore in high school, for example, um, it was life changing, and it was like 6, 8 hours. And it wasn't weird, crunchy, and speedy on the way down either. It was what it was. There is no more LSD left. It's gone. The whole bucket's empty, dude. Barry Bowman, dude. Missed the 90s. Oh, yeah. How many times you get something with a Felix on it, brother? How many times you get Felix the cat and say, oh, I'll take 4? Felix the cat with a bright red tongue. There's a dude who has an archive of there's a dude, oh yeah, or like fucking what is it, excuse me, not Dennis, that would be funny. No, Timothy Leary type, where they had like Timothy Leary, but you only see the quarter sheet, so it's like his eyeball and like some weird, psychedelic prismatic shit, and you never saw the rest of the fucking sheet anyway, but it was definitely Timothy Leary's eye, old pervy Another one of those old pervy fucking, college professor types. What are we doing in this world, man? All you gotta do is grow a mustache and people like think you're legit. That's what you do. Grow a mustache and say you're a fucking specialist. There's no cure for cancer. Yeah, there was Dennis Leary on my. That's what I'll do. Well, there's no more LSD, so I'll call it like whatever the fuck it is, like LSP, and just put Dennis Leary on all of them. Um, I'm just a regular Joe with a regular job, your average white suburbanite slob. I like football and porno and books about war. I've got an average house with a nice wood floor, hardwood floor. But sometimes that's just not enough to keep a man like me interested. No, I gotta go out and have fun at someone else's expense, like you. I'm an asshole. That's what we're doing today, man. ASSHO. And then when he gets to use it later, because he's a real fucking. I mean, he's been a hack because most of that shit was stolen from. It was stolen from. What's his name in Texas, man? You know what I'm saying? Bill Hicks. Most of it was stolen from Bill Hicks. If you ever get on the internet, go find some pirate shit. Go look up like Bill Hicks UFO tours or whatever, and they got these old tapes of him on that, on his just wild, he knew he was dying type of wild days, But anyways, like, so he's kind of a hacking, like he said, it's like every time you ask him, what about those 4 movies? What were you doing in those 4 movies? I played in a cop. Oh, what kind of cop? Irish cop. There you go. But anyways, he's kind of hacky motherfucker. So when he got to through that sort of that joke out later, he's talking about how he gets called into school. His wife's like, "You got to go in there and talk with them," and they're like, "What's going on?" Well, it's I'm sorry, it's a sensitive subject, but your son's been singing this horrible song, and I'm sorry, but it goes like, and he's like, do you know anything about that? And he's like, "No, I wrote it." Whatever, the hack motherfucker. But anyways, that was good, and it's a good song. You can't take that away. I mean, you can also look at Led Zeppelin and be like, wow, that's all a bunch of derivative stuff. But it wouldn't have been delivered to you if they didn't do it that way. You can look at the Twilight Zone, and like somebody said to me the other day, oh, that was even written by the same person. Doesn't matter. Those stories were still recycled from what he read in comic books and pulp novels that somebody else wrote in fucking gothic novels before that, and the romantics tweaked around and wrote again, and all the comedians wrote again. And my dad, he knew all that shit. He knew where the jokes came from. And they asked me what the best comic album was. I told them, even though, I could get myself in trouble, but I said the truth. I said maybe the most important was the 3-disc Lenny Bruce, live at Carnegie, and I love Lenny Bruce and his routines and his everything else, but, we finish each other's sandwiches. Mother Goose. I fucked her. One of my other favorite, everybody asks, what's your favorite Dice joke? It's just Little Boy Blue, he needed the money. But the other one is funny, is whatever. I can't frame it right, but he was talking about going on a date, and he's like, no matter what, I'm dropping a load. He's like, whether, I get in there or I'm chasing her up the driveway, jerking it off. No matter what, I'm dropping a load. Dice that smoke. Not right now, Frankie. I'm getting too loud anyway. But this funny shit, man. These guys are some fucking obscure artists that see things different ways. Like that one guy, I guess it's Tim Heidecker or something, and Zach Galifianakis, who you mentioned before. They were in that weird thing where they had those wigs on and they were playing drunk women. And, I was like, what the fuck is this? But it's hilarious. These people are out of it, man. It's inspiring. Absurdity is the only thing that makes sense anymore. Absurdity is the only thing that makes sense. Look around. Why do I have like the best copy? Never mind. It's absurd. I'll see you guys soon. Come up on Tuesday night. Danny Roadkill, the guitar player from Sloppy Seconds, is joining us Tuesday, 8 p.m. Pacific and Canadian and all them things. See ya.